Namaste and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology Debunking Mythology. I created this book called Karma, and many years ago I wrote this whole story of this book on karma. And it's the most misunderstood concept in the Western world. Karma doesn't mean always bad. Karma is just a Sanskrit word saying action. So karma is not a negative word which is just created to, and I see that in modern English language, in USA, karma being used in many different ways. But generally tell people you'll get your karma. Means you get your reaction or you get your answer or revenge. Karma is not a revenge word. Karma is just karma, means action. Like blinking an eye is an action. Breathing is an action. Swallowing is an action. Just lying down is also an action because your body is still functioning. And so this is all karma. Any action you do is karma. Now, the most of the Sanskrit words, English is a derived language. English is not an original language because English has got around 15% Sanskrit words. Plus new terms were created, like bullocks. It's not used in America, but bullocks. But in other countries, English is used. And English is a very accent-based language. Like my accent is very Indian and I'm very proud of it, by the way. I love my accent. I love the way I speak. And I'm never going to change it because my mother tongue is Marathi and Hindi. So I'm proud of Marathi and Hindi. So therefore, English accent, I had many chances to change it. I never change it because I want to keep it the way it is. Unfortunately, in the English world, the British laugh at American English, Americans laugh at British English, and I made a joke on that called, when an American is constipated, he sounds British. It's my joke. Now, and the Americans laugh, Canadians laugh at American English and Americans laugh at Canadian A. New Yorkers or Yankees laugh at Louisiana English and the Los Angeles people laugh at Alabama English or New Yankees English, whatever. Anyway, so within the English world, accent plays an important role. People say that I have British touch to it. Of course, I use a lot of British words because when we were studying English in India and my grandmother was a teacher of English language for the British, she used to, our spellings are different in India, and when you're teaching to British, your accent is also like that. If you hear an American speaking in 1930, is way different than what an American speaks today. Today is more nasal sound, like everything is by nose, like constricted through the nose and how the language accent comes out. But if you look at the 30s and prior to that, if you hear, I don't know whether there is a video recording for the sound of Abraham Lincoln or previous presidents. I have not seen that, but you will see less nasal sound, by the way. It's more nasal now than before. British English is also kind of nasal but not nasal. So when the Indians who were born there, British Indians or Indian Americans, the kids have very funny accent also. Anyway, that was not the topic. The topic was karma. So the karma is a Sanskrit word which actually just means action. But there is a whole science behind it, that how you can overcome your karma. Karma applies in everything. Like your marriages can be karmic, means coming from previous life. Karma carries on from previous life to this life to next life through your mind. Never stops. And the whole process of yoga is to stop that karma cycle. And that's called liberation or salvation. When you stop your karma cycle, then it happens. And that is possible only through yoga, in a Vedic way. Cannot happen any other way. There is no Christian yoga, there is no other yoga. Yoga means it is based on Veda. Yoga means it is based on Bhagavad Gita. Yoga means spirituality. Okay. So there is no other way to burn karma. No other way. Only through mantra you can burn. Otherwise you'll keep on having the karmic reactions, karmic reactions, karmic reactions. And it just keeps going on. Never stops. So like for example, if I research, it's practically not possible for any two people to meet without their previous karma. Not possible. For short term, long term. Okay. But the one you meet, with whom your heart gets attached, is the one that you're looking for. That's an ancient karma thing. Even that person is evil, bad, dirty, ugly, whatever it is. But that's the old relationship. This is how the karma acts. Some within the family also, mother, father or children and parents. You love your child, but the child never responds. You do as much as you can. That's again a karmic relations. So it goes with us every place that we go. Sometimes you create new ones, like business dealings. We don't know anybody, but we go create. But again, the same old principle applies. Whether that person will buy from you or not depends on previous life karma. And sometimes these modern religions, I'm talking about Christianism, Judaism, Islamism, these are modern religions. They call karma as evil, pagan, as the devil. And they are actually demonizing something which is a universal truth. The laws of karma are the only undeniable facts in this world. This world lives on karma. But they demonize it because they want to tell you, there is no such thing. Just believe in me and you're fine. Pay me the church value and you're good to go. No. Because within their church, or within whatever they have, institutions they have, there are so many conflicts inside. People are divorcing, people are making friends, people are getting married, all kinds of things happen. Emotional high, but still the happiness, distress is there. Human thing. That's karma. It's there. You have to call it something. And the only word you can call it is karma. There's no other way. So it's a most misunderstood concept, and I have given the entire science behind it obviously from Veda, Bhagavad Gita and other books, because it's not a Western concept. It's not a Western word. It has nothing to do with the Western philosophy. I mean, pre-modern day Abrahamic philosophy was there, Socrates and Plato's, and those are all based on karma, the Veda, the Upanishad. They were the students. Even President John Adams, my favorite American president, was a student of Upanishad. And his best friend was, guess you know, George Washington. So both of them were sharing notes all the time. George Washington was the president and John Adams was the vice president. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you get this book and read properly. You'll get a lot of insights into your own problems and your own mindset. Because without you understanding karma, you cannot correct yourself. Thank you and namaste, and I'll see you in the next show.